Ah. Now then, shit kickers, it's JT. Got a vlog of firsts for you. Some things I've never done before, which I did last weekend. And those things are, I went to an ice hockey match. It was the Sheffield Steelers at home to the Belfast Giants. Now, being from Yorkshire, you'd have thought I'd be shouting for Sheffield, wouldn't you? But as it actually happened, I was at this hockey game because it was my Northern Irish friend's birthday. So we were there in the Belfast stand, so we were all shouting for Belfast. And not having any allegiance to ice hockey, I didn't really see that as a problem. So we all just went along and we just mucked in with the Belfast crowd. There weren't very many. There were about maybe 50 Belfast supporters and about 15,000 Sheffield supporters, as you'd expect, really. But I really didn't know what to expect from ice hockey. I mean, I'd seen a few snippets of it on TV, but that was about it. So I went along. I didn't know whether I needed to take a load of warm clothes or anything like that, because obviously we're sitting in a room full of ice, but I just took a jacket with me and I thought that'd be okay. Yeah, it was fine. So we sat down, and it's all quite Americanised, you know. They've got all the little tunes and stuff, and the big screen up, and it does tend to stop a lot when someone does a penalty. They don't call it a foul as such. When someone commits an offence that requires a penalty to be taken, the clock stops. And this clock, it's separated into 4 quarters, I think, of 20 minutes. Either that or 3, I can't remember now. I don't really know the rules or anything like that, but what I thought was the best thing about it was just the pace of it all. The pace was, you know, just breathtaking. Half of the time I'm sitting still in a crowd, and I keep losing sight of the puck, so these guys who are flying around on ice skates, worrying about who's going to bump into them, whether they're going to bump into anyone else, holding their hockey stick and working out where the puck is. I don't know how they did it, but they did. And it was really good fun. Quite a lot of collisions, I must admit, when they're both going for this puck and it's flying around the edge of the ice. There's some real collisions happen. No wonder they're wearing all the pads. And the spectators, at least at the front anyway, where we were about 3 rows back from the front. There's a 10-foot tall, inch-thick perspex, or some people call it plexiglass, screen up, just so that you didn't get hit in the face by a puck or an ice hockey player. So yeah, I think I'll definitely go again. We don't actually have in this area a league ice hockey team, but we do have under 18s that play in Bradford, so we're talking about going to see them. I think that'll be quite interesting and quite a lot of fun. The other thing that I did for the first time was I went to the Little Theatre in Hebden Bridge, and on this night it's called the Frou Frou Club. And at the Frou Frou Club they have burlesque performers, and one of my friends was performing her debut burlesque performance. So we all went along. The place was absolutely rammed to the rafters, no spare seats at all. We had such a good night, and I really didn't know what to make of it. Same thing as the ice hockey, really. I just didn't know what to expect. But what a night, such a lot of entertainment, and obviously the women are taking their kit off to a certain extent, and you know, you'd be forgiven to think it's possibly a little bit, I don't know, seedy, but it's not. Risque, definitely, and very entertaining. It's not just a strip show or anything like that. It's really artistically, you know, top notch. And if you've never been to a burlesque show, you've got nothing to be afraid of by going to one. You're in for a real good evening's entertainment. So that's about it, really. I've been doing a bit of riding, what with the weather being nice. I did a little video of me going up the Dales, but my camera ran out just before the really spectacular bit. But there's some snippets that I can probably put up. Well, there you go. Basically, that's all I was going to say. A couple of firsts. So, I wonder what you think. Have you ever been to an ice hockey match? Do you go regularly? Would you consider it? And as far as burlesque goes, I really like that. And if you haven't tried it, if you haven't been to one, go with an open mind. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So anyway, just about to go home and have some tea. So tatty bye.